reagents. Carbenes, nitrines, benzenes. Okay. So carbenes are neutral electrophiles. So generally substrate reacts with reagent. So general reagents are electrophiles, nucleophiles and free radicals. Okay. So here carbenes are neutral electrophiles in which carbon atom has 6 electrons in the outermost shell, and out of those 6 electrons, 2 are non-bonding. 2 are present as lone pair of electrons. Okay. Are single electrons. Then 4 are bonding electrons. Okay. For example, methylene, carbene, methylene, CH2 with a lone pair of electrons. Okay. So CH2. If 2 alkyl groups are there, another carbene. Okay. With a lone pair of electrons. So 4 are bonding electrons. Each single bond equal to a pair of electrons. So 4 are bonding electrons and 2 are non-bonding electrons. Here sp2 singlet carbon. This is sp2 singlet carbon. And sp2 triplet carbon. Here single electron is present. Okay. So not a pair of electron. It is not present in the form of a lone pair. Okay. Single electron is there. So this is called sp2 triplet carbon, which is more stable than singlet carbon. Okay. And sp hybridization is also possible in carbon. Okay. So this is the hybridization, which is a linear sp hybridization process. Okay. Next, coming to nitrines. Another type of reagents, nitrines. So next, nitrines, another type of reagents. Neutral monovalent species of nitrogen with 2 pairs of non-bonding electrons. So with 2 lone pair of electrons. Okay. So neutral species, which are monovalent species of nitrogen with 2 pairs of non-bonding electrons. These are also reagents. So nitrogen having 2 lone pair of electrons. So this is neutral molecule. Okay. Then monovalent, valency is 1. One covalent bond is present here. Okay. Then benzenes, another type of reagents, benzenes. 1,2 dihydrobenzene. 1,2 dihydrobenzene. Okay, having formula C6H4. Okay, and its derivatives, they are called as benzenes. So this is benzene. Okay, having formula C6H4. Okay, C6H4. Here triple bond is there. Okay, so nucleophiles. So coming to one important concept regarding nucleophiles, that is nucleophilicity. Nucleophilicity indicates reactivity of nucleophile. Okay, it indicates the reactivity of nucleophile. So nucleophiles. So you know about nucleophiles, which attracts the nucleus, which attracts the positive charge. So nucleophiles with a negative charge. So 2 types of nucleophiles are there, with a negative charge and also neutral nucleophiles. So nucleophiles with a negative charge, they are more stronger. Okay. And coming to nucleophilicity, order in periods and groups. So coming to periods, nucleophilicity gradually decreases from left to right. Okay. And in groups, gradually increases from top to bottom. Okay, in groups we consider the trend from top to bottom, and in periods from left to right. So in periods, nucleophilicity decreases from left to right, and in groups nucleophilicity increases from top to bottom. Okay. If any bulky groups are present around nucleophile, it decreases nucleophilicity. It decreases the reactivity of nucleophiles. What is nucleophilicity? Reactivity of nucleophile. Next, in non-polar solvents like carbon dichloride, carbon tetrachloride, okay, and polar protic solvents like water. So nucleophilicity order of halide ions. So that is iodide is greater than bromide, bromide is greater than chloride, chloride is greater than fluoride. Okay. Then in polar protic solvents. Okay. Polar aprotic solvents, not protic. Aprotic solvents. Polar aprotic solvents. Okay. For example, dimethyl formamide. Okay. In dimethyl formamide, nucleophilicity order is fluoride is greater than, chloride is greater than, bromide is greater than iodide. Okay. So this is about nucleophilicity. Next, coming to electron migration effects. Okay. Next, electron migration effects. These are also called as electron displacement effects. Okay. Electron displacement in covalent bond. Electron displacement in covalent bond. Okay. So first coming to inductive effect. First migration effect is inductive effect. Okay. Which is represented with the I. It is also called as I effect. Inductive effect. So, inductive effect, that is polarization of sigma bond caused by the polarization of adjacent sigma bond in a covalent molecule. Okay, polarization of sigma bond. So, that polarization is caused by adjacent carbon atom, adjacent sigma bond, okay, which is linked with the carbon atom. Okay, so that is called inductive effect. Polarization of sigma bond caused by polarization of adjacent sigma bond is called inductive effect. So this is called inductive effect. So polarization of sigma bond caused by polarization of adjacent sigma bond, that is called inductive effect. And one more definition is that if electron withdrawing or electron donating groups or atoms are present in the covalent molecule, so it is transmitted by the polarization of electron in sigma bond. Okay. So, the electron donating or electron withdrawing effect of a group or atom, that is transmitted by the polarization of electron in sigma bond, that is called inductive effect. Okay. So, the electron donating or withdrawing effect of group or atom transmitted to the sigma bond in a covalent molecule is called inductive effect. So this is called inductive effect. So I effect. Okay. For example,